Hello, I'm Greg Jordan, founder of SeligoAI, a member of AWS EdStart, and I've recently been asked to share a few thoughts about our experience as a startup and how we launched SeligoAI, a solution for both higher education and K through 12. There are challenges and there are things that need to be addressed, particularly in this environment. Whether it's K through 12 or higher education, administrators are focused on academic delivery systems and enterprise level contracts with video conferencing vendors. They're also very much concerned about LMSs, the learning management systems, and how they are to be integrated with video conferencing, providing training and professional development for faculty and for teachers. There are a lot of things to consider. And so one CIO recently indicated that she had been receiving hundreds of emails from vendors each day, and there is absolutely no time for her to sort through all of those reminders, requests that she's receiving. So she actually posted a note indicating that if the vendors would be patient while the schools were making adjustments, that it might be more well received and more timely discussions, more serious discussions might be scheduled at a later date. So it's important to realize that higher education, K through 12, right now are focused on doing the basics well, and that is providing academic delivery systems and infrastructure that allows them to negotiate this transition from traditional learning environments to online learning environments or high-flex learning environments. With that in mind, here are 4 quick observations that you might find helpful. First, to adjust your expectations, to realize that, yes, marketing and sales must persist, but perhaps to take a different tact. We've rethought our messaging, our narrative, our approaches, how it is that we can address the issues with which the schools are confronted, but to do it in a way that we can be heard. So before we can be heard, we need to make sure that they feel, that is, the administrators in colleges and universities and K through 12, like they are being heard. So we refocused our approach, and we also decided to rethink our value proposition and recast it in such a way that it does one of at least 3 things. One, that it can be developed or utilized in a strategic environment. Number 2, that it will improve operations. Number 3, it will solve a problem. But it can't be a casual presentation. It really must be meaningfully structured, and it must be obvious. So when the time presents itself and the institutions feel like we have been very effective listeners and they are ready then to entertain a presentation, we'll be ready. Secondly, we contextualized our value proposition, which I in part addressed in point 1, but we did it in such a way that we rethought our materials, and we tried to connect the dots so that it's the difference between saying, yes, in general, our application can do this or that, as opposed to saying, yes, it can specifically do this with the following features and with these outcomes and benefits. That is a more precise message, and so targeting those who need what you think you offer and then to make it as easy as possible for them to connect the dots themselves, well, that's a win. Third, discern the difference between the noise and meaningful trends. There are people who will find your tech solution extremely intriguing. But the point is you want someone who's going to lead you through a series of conversations, a pathway to the decision maker. So hearing those things that are most meaningful to them and are most necessary, that's important. So point number 4 will make complete sense to you, and that is that we need to be better listeners. We need to be listening as effectively as we possibly can. So listen, 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 and then make adjustments within the context of an agile methodology so that when the decision maker hears your presentation, they will immediately see its value, and I hope they proceed on acquiring your technology. So here are 4 quick thoughts. Adjust expectations, contextualize your value proposition, discern the difference between noise and meaningful conversations, and then be better listeners and make good decisions in the context of agile methodology. And of course, maximize all of the resources of AWS in order to provide the best services possible. So it's been a pleasure to be with you today. I wish you well, and thank you very much. Bye now.